So I literally just woke up from a dream. It's freezing, so I haven't gotten out of bed yet. But but in the dream, I was on this roller coaster ride. It went up quite high. It went down quite low, and then it ended. So it was like, and then I got off to try and get off the ride, and the first platform that we went to was you had to climb down a ladder, but it wasn't the exit, it was the platform to another ride, and it was like a really steep climb, and I looked down there and I got like nauseated. It was like I was like afraid of heights, or heights affected me and made me want to like faint or something. And then the person who was packing their bag next to me was supposed to be like my parent who was sitting behind me on the ride or something, but it didn't really look like them. Looked like, someone else, virtually from looking at the bag, but it was supposed to be them. And then sort of like, I had this feeling like an energy on my head, and it was like their energy. And then, I was sort of waking up and it was like, and their energy was like, trying to cross my arms and try and lift me out of my body in a way. And then I sort of woke up and there was like, I sort of felt like it was like this energy hovering around. And I was like, I blame every sort of energy that's evil or I don't like to have around me. It's like, it makes me want to move. And so when I woke up just now, it's like, shit, I don't want to be in this freaking house with this person and their energies floating around, and because I don't like to be disturbed by other people or their energies. So I said, I just wake up and I thought, I'm having such a terrible time right now. Yesterday I was depressed. This morning when I wake up I was depressed. And then I had this horrible end of the dream, and I felt it could have stemmed from an energy in this house. And I was like, it's just horrible experience to want to be away from other people and then not being able to actually do it, so not being like feeling like you can't separate from them because I don't know, because of money problems or whatever. And I just wake up and I said, I didn't want to fucking feel their energies on around me. I don't want them around me. I actually don't want them around me. I mean, because a lot of times my family have like been cruxing on a negative towards me a lot ever since I started to turn 16. So the constant attitude towards me is always negative. They don't support me at all. I've lost like bucket loads of money trying to do things by myself and then not being able to do it, in the end. And so I've sort of like moved out, bought a house, can't afford the house, moved back in, moved out because gone in a rent, lost all my money in rent, moved back in, move out, bought a house. The house didn't work out, moved back in. It's sort of been like that for a very long time. And so I must have bought like close to 10 houses. And that's sort of where all like a lot of my money is gone. Like if I could have just stuck in my parents' house, I wouldn't have lost so much money. But because I'm always trying to run away from them, because they're not being very nice to me, it's like, it's just a constant failure. And even today, like if I when I wake up, I just wanted to pack my bags and leave because I just can't stand them sometimes. I was sort of remembering things this morning about, things that have let me down at certain periods of times, and it just makes me want to not know them again when I think about things through, rather than just be an airhead and do things kind of like on the route, as opposed to, remembering all the terrible things they've done and said and all these other things, and wanting to sort of have them not close to me, not in the way, not even to celebrate, Christmas, I guess. At the end of the year, it's like it becomes like a habit, as opposed to like remember all the terrible things that have happened, and just steer clear away from them. They're not positive, and then they're just a negative force that will, group together to be negative towards you, and they won't be positive towards you, especially not of things that might be important. They've stolen things off me that were irreplaceable and stuff, which are important to me, and they're just like a constant flux of negativity. And then I remember that, and I'm like, I shouldn't even be around them. I think the further I am away from them, sometimes the better. And then it's like, and then, when I'm annoyed, like it was this morning, I was like, I was like thinking, I don't want to freaking live here. It sucks. I have to clean up mouse droppings every day, and they're like pretending it's I mean, it's a good deal worth of property, but the house itself it's just like, it isn't, this mansion or anything, and they pretend that it is. And it's like, obviously if we had an argument, they'd be like, well, you can't live here anymore. and this, and and totally like, throw down the fact that they have a house and I don't. So, and it's like, but today I just wanted to run away again, because I'm sick of their energies, and they don't, a lot of times, I'm sure that they can do well without me around them. It's just me. It's I'm not sure if I can do well without them living in their house. So it's the only thing. And I was like, because my money is no good. It's just money to spend. It's not money to live on. So I just think of the properties that I used to own as like everything's too expensive still. You just can't afford it, by yourself. And I'm like thinking, how the hell am I supposed to get a way to own property by myself when I can't afford it? I can't even get a loan anyways, because my jobs don't last very long. I have a succession of short end jobs, and it's no good to get a home loan anyway. So I guess I'd be diving into a rental, and then I'm like, I hate rentals. You're just spending all this money to live in someone else's house because you don't have one. And so I'm like thinking, I really have to get rid of all my stuff. So that I can live in apartments and things that are a lot more cheaper than houses. Some houses are really cheap, depends on where it is. But most things that are cheap anyways are in like really bad living areas. And it's not like necessarily like, sometimes it is the people in the suburbs, but a lot of times it's the weather. like cheap places are in bad weather zones, and you're like, but then so are expensive places. So otherwise, I wouldn't have had issues with my health insurance when I owned property and lost the house anyways. So, um, but that's sort of what I feel like doing. I'm not really interested in staying with other people. I sort of do have that desire. I just don't have anything to rely on to keep me supported to live separately. So I don't really know how other people can do it, but I guess, the right person can afford, any kind of lifestyle really easily. But I'm not the right person. I've been sort of mugged of the better chances, and either to be, lucky with money, or to be lucky with someone else, I guess. But, so, in the end, all you have is yourself to put yourself through things. And I'm like, sort of stuck in deep on the some lower end that everyone wants you to just live on charity forever. It's like everyone wants you to like earn no money. And, whenever you try, everyone's like, you can't earn money. It's like they threw that rug underneath you, and before they chuck you out, and over again, it's like they don't even want to give you any real opportunity to be able to, have your own life, so. And then if you do, everyone can jump you and shove you in the dirt because they personally don't like you, and they don't want to give you that ample or leeway to be able to, actually live a proper life. And, don't ask my parents for support because they won't support you to be able to earn some money to live your own life. So, so whatever you do is just scrambling around, and, obviously it's not working. So, but, when I wake up, I was like, F this and F that and F you, and I feel like freaking leaving because I can't stand being like intruded upon, not even by an energy. It's disturbing, and I just think, screw this, I want to leave. I'm sick of cleaning mouse droppings every day, and I'm just like a hangers on. I don't even, just like a hangers on. It's like, I'm not really getting much company. I'm just really trying to do stuff by myself, and it's like, I don't know. It's stupid. I wish I could be somewhere else, I guess. But, you can wish what you like, and, no one else is going to help you go there or be there. It's like, so, whatever. I guess you just have to put up with the crap. So that's what I'm thinking this morning. After I've woken up from that stupid dream. It's a dumb dream with stupid energy.